Some of the questions are, I see the candy coated click comes up a lot as a topic. And I find that so interesting because I don't know if you guys know, but as far as I remember, I think there's only 3 people in the candy coated click. That would be Kandi, Don Juan, and Carmen. I think Todd might be an honorary member now. Hello. I am Jamie and I'm back and I felt like getting a little chatty again today. I get a lot of questions online. I do. I get a lot of questions online, either through my DMs. Well, not really. People don't slide into my DMs like that. People will ask questions like in timelines or under other posts. I get a lot of questions on YouTube. Actually, I get a lot more suggestions through email of what you guys think I should be doing, but I love all the suggestions, but sometimes it's like, what do they think I'm doing? Like it's you need to okay. I need to be what? I need to make somebody say what? Like I don't have that power. I can't make people say or do anything. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Some of the questions are, I see the candy coated click comes up a lot as a topic. And I find that so interesting because I don't know if you guys know, but as far as I remember, I think there's only 3 people in the candy coated click. That would be Kandi, Don Juan, and Carmen. I think Todd might be an honorary member now over the years, but the candy coated click, I am not a part of that. Now, I do work with Candy Coated Entertainment. My company does, but I am not a part of the Candy Coated Click. And it's not because it's a negative thing, not whatsoever. It's just I don't want to take away from what has already been achieved. They reached so many goals and had so many highs and set so many standards. It's like I was not a part of that. I have nothing to do with that. Like, I am not part of the clique. Maybe I guess just anybody that's around Kandi is the candy coated clique, but I don't think that's it either, because like when they film and they talk about it, I think it's more about, they try to make it a negative thing for some reason, and it's like, it's not a negative thing. Do you know how many levels and goals and things that were reached with that candy coated clique? People really shouldn't be throwing a name around like that. So yes, no, I am not a part of the clique. That is my opinion on the clique. But yeah, they achieved so many things and I was not a part of that era. The era that I was a part of and some of the things that I did achieve or have achieved with KKE would be Speak On It. Speak On It is my little baby, and you guys are always throwing your opinions out there and having a lot of questions. I actually did a video talking about just how it came along and where we started and then up to where we are now. Well, really not now. I filmed it in 2021, so I guess I can insert clips from that original video into, I guess, what I'm going to talk about today. And this goes back, like all the way back. Ever since I started working with Kandi like 7 or 8 years ago, I told her like, I think you should start pushing your YouTube more. Like, if you know me, I am out here trying to get everybody on YouTube. So today is all about how to create a successful YouTube channel. Yes, I have been listening and watching and looking and seeing all of your questions. Everybody in Atlanta knows that I am the one-stop shop, because it's kind of like you give your life away for free on Instagram when you put all that time and effort. Take it to YouTube. Back when I suggested to Kandi that she starts YouTube, I think she had a YouTube up for like 8 years at that point. So around, I think it was like 2017, she decided to like take her branding and social media content to the next level, just push it up a notch. We started off with the Great Escape Tour. We hit up 26 cities, pushing content, posting YouTubes, behind the scenes. We did that for 26 cities and it was sold out. After the Great Escape Tour, Kandi was like, I'm gonna give this YouTube thing 1 year, go hard, and then we'll see what happens after that. The next thing right after the tour was Broadway. During that whole year, I was trying all kinds of things. I was vlogging, I was doing behind the scenes, I was doing glam days, and I was really trying to see what you all wanted to see from Kandi online. About halfway through the year, I realized that you guys really didn't care what it was. I did know that you guys wanted to see Kandi and that you wanted to hear her talk. We weren't doing a lot of talking in the beginning when we were testing different things out. So once I realized that, moving forward, we started talking more during the vlogs. We were doing life updates. We started Q&As. Tried to find different ways to get Kandi to talk more and communicate more so you guys could get to know her on a different level from what you kind of see on the show. The show, they show her reality, but it's like she has so many things going on. We had to find a way where she could share that with you, and now she needs to talk you through it. So after I realized you guys wanted to hear her talk, we were kind of at a standstill for a moment with Kandi online. So at that point, I don't know if I slept on it. I get a lot of my ideas when I'm in the shower, not sure where it came from, but I decided to text Kandi and share with her my idea of a way to get you guys more interested in her channel. And my thoughts were, since the Real Housewives of Atlanta comes on Sunday, Sunday is basically your day. Like when it's those 4 months of airing the show, Sunday is your day. So whatever you want to push, whatever you want to do, Sunday would be the best day to try to do that. Being that Sunday is the popping day, now we need to bring that traffic to YouTube. So in the text it said, how about we review the show each week and your thoughts on the show? And she was like, cool. At this point, this was probably 2 months before the season was to start. We never thought back on it. In November, because this was back when the world was open, what, 2017, years ago, Kandi used to always go up there the first weekend that the show premieres.
And of all the things you've done today, were you like, I cannot wait to see the Bravo TV people?
Okay, so that's the
You were like, this is where it's at.
I think we were up there for like 4 days this time. Since we hadn't thought about it again, it was like, oh my gosh, the show is about to start and we need to have this up on Sunday. Or if it's not on Sunday, we at least need to have it up Monday. And at some point, Tuesday would need to be the latest. You know what I mean? Basically, it was a pre-recorded Watch What Happens Live.
What's up, y'all? We are at Watch What Happens Live. I am waiting for them to call me to do our taping. My boy Don Juan is the bartender tonight. Where did he go? Look up for Don Juan.
So when we left Watch What Happens Live, it was like, okay, we've got to figure this out. We have got to film the first episode. We have to come up with a name and we have to come up with an intro, all in like less than 24 hours. So when we left Watch What Happens Live, she went to her room, I went to my room. That's when we got on the phone and we started brainstorming names, trying to figure it out. I think it took us about 20 minutes to figure it out, and we were going back and forth trying to make it make sense, because I was like, it still needs to be a name that can go across, you know, all platforms, something that's not too trendy, words that everybody will say forever. At some point, Kandi was like, speak on it. Because I don't know if we went through Tell the Truth. We went through so many different names. And so finally, Kandi was like, speak on it. I was like, oh my gosh, that is perfect. It flows so nice. It's just straight and to the point. When the season was over, we wanted to be able to explore other people, other topics in the world, and other things that are going on. So speak on it still makes sense. To get the channel popping, we needed to use Sundays and we needed to chat about housewives to connect the people and then get the people to your page. So we went back and forth. At this point, it was probably like 10 o'clock. Now I have to go and make the intro. I think I mean, you could tell, but I think I did about 40 minutes to an hour on the intro. I had already heard. Because I still had to wake up at like 5 in the morning so we could wake up and do the first episode of Speak on It, because she had to get glam in the morning. We had to film Speak on It.
I want to clear up one thing that I said on the show.
And then she had to go to press. I did not have time to be up all night trying to do like a 10-second intro, then go to press all day, come back, edit it, and then have the video up. Because at this point, we could still have it up by Sunday.
So, what did y'all think about episode 1 of season 11?
Now that I got where Speak on It came from out of the way. That was 2021, it's 2023, and so much has changed since then. It's been like 5.5 years of Speak on It. We did not really have a flow on Speak on It. If you go back and watch the beginning, Kandi was kind of laid back, kind of chilling, filling it out. Sometimes it would go up on Monday, sometimes Wednesdays. I don't think it was ever really up on a Sunday, but that was the main plan. I think we did it that one Sunday. But back then, and even now, Kandi's always busy. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, it's almost Sunday again. We need to have a Speak on It up before the next Speak on It comes. Well, let's do it Tuesday, and then I'd have it up like maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Basically, it was not priority. You guys were paying attention to it, but it wasn't really moving like I thought it would. My main thought was we need to have this up on Sunday right after the show. I think the second half of the first season, that's when I was like, we've got to make this priority. These numbers are not gonna move unless we see what happens for your Sunday. So we started trying to push it. Mind you, they get the episode to watch on Fridays. So, and then, you know, some seasons it's on Saturday. Now we have to film it on Fridays and have it up for Sunday. And that is a lot of pressure. It is so hard to film on Fridays and have it on Sundays. What we did do, we started pushing every Sunday. And when I tell you it worked, it worked. The numbers kept going up and up and up. And now like everyone's paying attention to it. Everybody is actually talking about Speak on It, which is exciting. But no, it was a long journey to get to this point. Well, the other video answers a lot of questions. It's like I'm gonna fill in the blanks with everything else that's going on now. You guys have a lot. The first one, people, well, I guess this could be full of questions, full of assumptions, like a lot of things that are just kind of thrown out there. The first one, this season, the reunion look was released. I posted a message because I was pissed, and I said it and I stand by it. I mean, a lot of people out here want to be nice and act like maybe they sent it to somebody and a friend sent it to somebody and did it. But, you know, I did my own little research. I took the original picture that I took and matched it to the picture that started spreading online. And it was really hard because the more it spread, the more it got blurry. I zoomed in because in my mind, I was like, whoever did this would probably fix themselves. And I was right. I feel I know exactly who did it. Others around me feel they couldn't have done it because this is what they said. But hey, I have my thoughts on it. I took the picture. I did not touch up that person. Did not touch up. So, hey, that's just my opinion. That's one thing that came out. So, yes, it was my picture. I do go. I don't know if it was an attempt to make me look bad or not come around, or Kandi, or whatever it was. But it's really hard to act like we would be the ones that would leak a picture. For one, I was highly pissed because I'm like, this is $1 million business. These people, yes, you spent 3-4 months filming. You might not be happy with your outcome, but you're still getting paid from it. Everybody's still working. This is a moving machine. And you're going to sit there all day long and then just leak it. Like, I could not wrap my head around why somebody would want to be that thirsty and want to be seen that bad. And hey, if it was somebody's friend or glam or whoever, somebody wanted to be seen. Like I said, I think I know who did it. But I just think that, you know, we're gonna have to sit here and watch this shit for like 3 weeks straight. You can wait 3-4 weeks till the trailer comes out or until they drop the picture. Like, why? You know, if you want to have something to post, take that hair and makeup, go put another outfit on it and take pictures in the city of New York. You know, come back to Atlanta, have a full photo shoot and post something if you want to look busy. Like, people know you're on the show. Like, there's no reason to just have to put it out there like that. You guys have also noticed that the reunion decided to use the green chairs. I don't know. You know, Bravo Speak On It is a thing. It looks familiar. I got a lot of DMs from you guys on Instagram asking about, did I do the set for Speak On, no, oh gosh, Speak On It. No, for the reunion. And I keep calling everything that happens on Bravo Speak On It because it was just my mind today is on Speak On It. I'm sorry, Bravo. No, I got a lot of DMs with you guys thinking that I created the set for Speak On It. No, God, I did it again. Created the set for the reunion. I wasn't at the reunion, but I could tell you there were a few things I would have done different. So either way, yeah, no, there's a few things I would have done different. I didn't do that. They just, I guess, I guess they like to Speak On It chairs. So there's also, where do I start? Everyone seems to be confused. I'm not sure. Because some people feel that Speak On It is turning into Watch What Happens Live. And it's not that. I mean, I have seen over the past 5.5 years that a lot of you guys say you would rather watch Speak On It than the episode. You'd rather watch Speak On It than Watch What Happens Live. But they're all three different things going on. Speak On It talks about the season when the season's going on. It's going to talk about whatever season Kandi's on. Let it be Kandi and the Gang. Let it be SWV and Escape. So it's just there as a tool to bring new people to the channel and raise the views. And then when it's off season, we interview celebrities. So, it's real choosy. I wasn't thinking of setting up this Speak On It to talk to everybody from every franchise. You can go to Watch What Happens Live for that. I consider it a privilege. So I wanted to set standards, and I discussed that of people should want to come on this show. They should want to be picked. They reach out, like a Oprah, Barbara Walters, 60 Minutes type of situation where this is Gail, this is exclusive. So if you couldn't be on Ellen, Oprah, or necessarily The View, you're probably not going to be asked to come on Speak On It. Also, just getting into all the franchises, you're turning what the goal of the whole thing was into something else. And so yeah, it's not that. But when it does make sense for another lady to come on or cast member to come on there is when it can benefit the cast member, it's highlighting them. Was it your wedding? Was it something you want to clear up? Did you just have a launch, like a wig launch? Like, did you have something going on in that episode? What is the pitch? And it's always mainly because you're representing something that is current and you also want to push yourself. So that is definitely the main thing that I love that Speak On It has going on, because you can just come and push yourself. It's a way to do it online, and I'm sure there's other talk shows on YouTube. I'm just not in the loop with them. Some people just do their commentary on different episodes, but Speak On It is still like an interview at the end of the day. It's not quite a 60 minutes, but it's still a one-on-one. That's what makes it different than like a late night talk show or a talk show during the daytime. It's a one-on-one, getting to know that person and whatever it is they really truly have going on. A lot of new people have come over since the SWV Escape show. So there's like thousands and thousands of new viewers. That show, I think, exploded everybody's channel on YouTube at that time. Like, it streamed everything. Everybody had numbers. Everybody was hitting. Everybody was making money. That show was so amazing, and they only had so many episodes, but it did a lot for the online community. And so a lot of people have come from, I guess, watching, I don't know, maybe SWV fans. I don't know where a lot of these people came, but now it's like all over again. So many people have questions. Why are you doing it like this? Why are you doing it like that? Like, why do you put the angle like this? Why are you putting words up? A lot of you guys are coming from different social media platforms or no platforms at all, and you just want to come here and see Kandi. And a lot of you guys didn't really understand the tricks and why I was doing different things in the edits. And a lot of that is also a YouTube thing, because most people here, the attention span on YouTube, it's it might make it to 2.5 minutes.
According to Microsoft Canada, the average human attention span in 2000 was 12 seconds. In 2013, it was 8 seconds.
But you have to give people something. Like, people are on YouTube and they want it right then.
The short attention span is the fault of man-made machines, technology.
If you watch other channels and other people that give a lot of content, they have sound effects, they have words, they have transitions. Like, you have to do something to keep people awake and interested.
That's right, humans have become so obsessed with portable devices and are overwhelmed by content.
You might pause this YouTube video to go check out Twitter, or you might text your friend while watching a movie.
That's why I do add a lot of these different things in there, and that's only if I have time. And speaking of time, if we film on a Saturday, it makes it really, really hard. Also, when I chop down the video, so let's say, like, I try to make it when Kandi's solo, just talk for 25 minutes, because if I say 25 minutes, she probably will give me 45. But at least then it will be easier for me to chop it down. And then while I'm watching the Speak On It and I'm in the room, I'm constantly like editing in my head. Like, sometimes you guys will hear me ask certain questions. I'm asking questions because I'm trying to finish whatever that is or make it come full circle that we were talking about. So do you think she's full of, or do you think she just
Don't remember. The weird thing is,
because when you go home, you can't come back and fill in the answer. Making sure we're staying on track at the same time of editing in my head so it makes it quicker. Like, Kandi gets long-winded sometimes. Sometimes she's going to repeat. So she might repeat that whole thing in another 10 minutes. But I need to know, okay, I'm going to take this from this part from the first 10 minutes. And then I'm going to take this from the last half of the other 10 minutes. And then I'm going to mix that together. And then that's how we're gonna roll out with it. Yeah, it's a process. Why aren't they talking about the episode? And Speak On It, when we started, it was here to whatever you want to talk about. That first time she sat down, I was like, we don't have to sit here and nitpick and go through every single thing. I really don't want to do that anyway, because I gotta edit it last minute. So it's just kind of like, it's really whatever Kandi feels like talking about. And whoever comes on that is a guest of hers that's on the show, it's whatever they feel like talking about. You know, if they want to talk about themselves the whole time, and that's what it is. If they want to talk about somebody else the whole time, that's what it is. Would you guys tell, well, I'm not watching this, you're not talking about the episode. Kandi doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. She could talk about one thing about brushing Blaze's teeth and then go into a whole nother topic and say, see you next time. When you come to Speak On It, it does not mean that you have to be shady. There are plenty of Speak On It's that are just full of fun.
If it's a guy, he doesn't have to be real masculine. I think in general, I mean, even if a guy is lightly flamboyant, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Yes, and I'm not talking about necessarily Prince level.
I think you get a lot more shady Speak On It when the person that is there that day, either Kandi by herself or whoever she's interviewing, might be from a reality show themselves.
She knows who he is.
and if
That's
you don't
right.
know who he is, then you can Google him, okay? Just
That's
go to
right. If you want a man you can't Google, you ain't with no motherfucking body. No, I'm just
Because 90% out of the time on these reality shows, the green screens are full of shade.
Ooh, these ladies are playing a mean game of chess, honey. But they forgot the main rule. You always protect your queen.
And the other 10% of the time, the green screens are like really sad, if you've noticed, or else they're really, really funny.
Matt, vodka.
You have my Birkin, right? Yes. Okay, thank God.
Whatever Kandi wants to talk about, I am there to help the story move along, put the pieces together, and give it to you. So if you guys are upset about the lack of things sometimes, that's really not, we're not here to talk about each bullet point. Like, that's not necessarily, that's not how we started. And yes, you do change over the years. You know, sometimes Kandi's going to talk about each and every single scene to when they pulled up in the driveway. That's, you guys gotta understand, I gotta edit this. So when we're talking about a scene that I may have personally fast forwarded through or thought was boring, and she's talking about it, so it's like, you guys are just gonna get what we can give you in a time that you can get it. Might film on a Friday, we might film on a Saturday, but I still have until Sunday to put it up. I try to have the complete thing finished by 3 p.m. so I could start uploading, and Don Juan and Kandi and everybody can look through it, still have time to check mistakes, go back, edit, and upload again. Doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it's a little late. You know, sometimes we might film it on a Saturday evening and I still have to go to sleep, wake up, and edit. You really can't sit at the computer 24/7 and think that your brain will be okay and that your eyes will be okay.
So what's all this screen time actually doing to your body and brain?
I work on the computer and I use my eyes and my hands all during the week, whether it's with the camera or on the computer. Like, you really cannot sit there 24/7 on the computer. You have to take breaks.
An estimated 58% of people who work on computers experience what's called computer vision syndrome.
You have to rest your eyes.
Eye strain, blurred vision, headaches, and neck and back pain.
We do have a little more structure when it's off season and we're interviewing celebrities, because we have time to do research, ask questions, edit, put things together. But when you are filming the day before, sometimes the episode is supposed to drop at 9 p.m. Yeah. Also, okay, so the speakeasy, that's what I was gonna get into. Like I said, I don't know if it's the new people coming around or what it is, but we've always had a bar. The bar has always been there ever since we've moved to the factory to shoot. On to the new Speak On It look. The new Speak On It look, I must say, we did the first 2 years, but I was getting so tired. Like, when I tell you we had used every single corner of Kandi's house, it was time to move. And the thing is, we knew going into the 3rd season that we wanted to change the environment. Then all of a sudden, COVID happened. And once it cleared up, the world opened back up. They were back filming. People were taking tests every week. We went back to the factory and I started switching up the rooms. Good morning. This is day 2 for me trying to get this room together. The thing is, I don't always have time to come up here. I got here really early this morning and I'm going to sand down this wall. Move this so you can kind of see what's going on here. So I painted that. This is what I did the last time. Over here. And we have used this set already. We've used it for press and for a few bedroom Kandi things.
Well, hello there. You know, I am your girl Kandi, and today I brought the sexy, the diva.
So the backdrop was from A Mother's Love. They had already had that in there and it was like, okay, this is gonna be the content room. I had a vision of what I wanted to do, and then we're going to also do this wall with this over here. We have the backdrop up when we use it for casting. So I'm going to sand down this back wall. We're gonna have couches where people can sit, you know, management that's with them, husbands, friends, whoever comes with the talent that is coming, they have somewhere to sit. Along with the new look, I wanted it to be like nighttime chic because it's a nighttime show. And you guys have noticed, so thank you. That being said, the bar is not new. If you are new to watching it, please go back and watch all the other ones to understand that the Speak On It actually has a flow on how it's been going all of these years. When Kandi and the Gang came out, like I wanted to have a set scene backdrop. Okay, we did that, but now it's time to change it up. That's getting old, so let's use another part of the factory. But before we got there, the direction I wanted to go in was how we shot the Benzino interview, like them kind of facing each other and the camera over their shoulder. Like, I really wanted to get into that style. You see it change when we get into like the Amanda Seals and is it Omari? When we get into those interviews, we switch back because Kandi likes to sit and face and get in there and be like this with you, not like across from you, but like we're all here. She just wants to be right next to you, so that's what she want to do. She want to be up close and personal. That's why we switched back to that. I wanted to switch up, have a new flow, because then that way we wouldn't necessarily have to have a new background. So then when Kandi and the Game came along, I wanted to do like industrial style, kind of like the restaurant Old Lady Gang. The metal racks with like pots, kitchen utensils, glasses, mugs, t-shirts in the background, stuff like that, to just give it kind of a laid back, chill vibe. The new season was about to roll around for Housewives, and I wanted to just completely change the whole production room and have a whole new set. But I think there was concerts. I think there's, I do other work. I'm working over here, I'm working over there. I'm all over the city, I'm all over the map, everywhere, working with people. So it's kind of like I wanted to do a whole new backdrop for the season that year, but it just crept up and it was here. So that year we just continued using that corner that we used for Kandi in the Gang. So with comparing it to Watch What Happens Live, I guess when I put the metal rack back there, the bar had disappeared. So you guys didn't see that anymore. And then the bar came back. And then the bar disappeared again, just completely. When I realized that, I was like, what? We need a bar. I realized that it had completely disappeared when we wanted to have Kandi was like, let's do co-hosts, let's have people come on. So when we did that, I was like, okay, I can move the rack out the way and bring the bar back. And that's when I realized the bar was completely gone. So we had to order a new bar. So this bar is not new to this. Panda, what are you doing? Get your bear. Yeah, this bar is not new to the situation whatsoever. The bar is back. Now, with there being a bartender, the only reason that they're there during Speak On It is to hand Kandi her drink and then they leave. They are not part of the show, Speak On It. They are not there. They are not giving commentary. They're not getting any questions asked to them. It's not part of it. The only reason I'm tying the two together is because Speakeasy is a new thing. I'm trying to segue it into that. So Speakeasy, Kandi does not drink. It will be for the guests to sit there. And because of the new people, the co-hosts coming on, you guys might not know them. But we don't have time for Kandi to sit down with them, get to know each and every detail about them when, they were picked to come because they watch the show, they're fans of the show, or they're experts on reality TV and what activity is going on within that episode and that show. Speakeasy is just for you to see a little personality, get to know them, get to see Kandi in the Gang again. Boom, there you go. And then Kandi walks in, gets her drink, and then now Speak On It starts. It's two separate things. I don't know how Watch What Happens Live keeps getting mixed in the mix, but two different things. Speakeasy is just a way for you get to know the new co-hosts that are coming on. A lot of them have a great following on YouTube. They're bringing people to our channel. We're introducing people to their channel. It's a collab. It's a thing. So they get a little shine. They get a little cocktail. And then they come and they speak on it. Two separate things. Hope that clears that up for you guys. I'm not sure why it even attempts to look the same. The bar's been there. No one's ever said anything about it till now. So yeah, they sit there for about a minute, and then if you notice, they just disappear. We don't even say bye to them. They just disappear. Then next we have, you guys love you some A1. I love A1 to death. A1 is so fun on Speak On It. I was so glad that year when Kandi was always gone. So we knew she was going to be gone for in and out during the whole season. So I was like, let's slide in Don Juan, let's slide in A1. So then when they do pop up, it's not like, where did they come from? So A1 went solo for Kandi and the Gang. When I tell you, I could watch that episode over and over and over and over again. He just slides right through it. It's comedy, it's clips, it's petty, it's just so fun. So I think A1 is always fun to work with because we feed off of each other very well. Like, he takes direction, I'm listening to him. Like, you say one thing, he can do that drop in 2 seconds. And then if you're like, oh, I think maybe do that, okay, I got it. I know what I'm gonna do, Jemmy. I got it. And then he just takes off with it. So A1 is always a pleasure to work with, and it's always fun to edit because I can be petty, I can have receipts, I can do flashbacks, I can do so many fun things when A1 is sitting on the couch. The other, is it getting dark? I think it's getting dark. I need some more light. Hold on. The other thing is, yeah, this is a good one. Do I tell Kandi what to say, and does Kandi tell Don Juan what to say? No. Not at all. No, I don't tell Kandi what to say. I will ask questions, and she knows exactly what she wants to say. And when Don Juan comes on, he knows exactly what he wants to say as
well.
Same with everybody else that's a guest. Everybody is saying what they want to say. You know, I don't want people to feel like they can just come and just cuss up a storm and say whatever and then just be... No, we're hoping that the other guests that do come are speaking their truth, because everybody knows that Kandi, she don't lie. Kandi is always going to speak her truth. And Don Juan, he's speaking from his experience.
The things that allegedly happened, if it would have been anyone else...
We're going to say allegedly.
I was not there.
And then the main one I've been seeing is, you kiss her ass. Everybody's all in her ass. Why are you guys picking co-hosts to come on that are kissing her ass? And I'm like, we're not. We're picking people that are active online, fans and supporters of the show, that if they want to say something to Kandi, they can say something to Kandi. I haven't seen anybody have a problem with speaking their mind or asking questions to see. Even when we did the online interviews with the YouTubers, like, people asked what they wanted to ask. Kandi was down for it. Whether you liked her or not, she was like, okay, cool, let's do an interview. And then with me kissing her ass and doing what she says, I'm just not sure how you guys see that. We are partners in this. We do the show together, and she has her opinions on how she wants it to roll. I give my opinions on how I want it to roll, and then that's that. I edit it. People look over it. There's never any concerns or anything. We have a different opinion. Like, I'm not kissing her ass by when they're like, oh, Kandi said this and you didn't stop her or interrupt her and say this. And I'm like, well, that's her opinion. Why am I supposed to stop her? I'm really just interrupting, saying, hey, I have a question, or what do you think about this? Like, I am not here to change her mind on something she stands by or something she saw or her opinion on anything. Like, that is not my job. That wouldn't make this whole thing work. It's, you know, people want to say biased. We are not. Okay. Like I said, Speak On has been around for about 5.5 years. I have a list of people that I really want on the show. Nick Cannon was on that list. We finally did him. Queen Latifah's still on the list. There's so many people that I would love to get a chance to do great edits on. And I've had some favorites in the past. So what are my favorite Speak On It's? Okay. I have a few. More than a few. Was when Kandi finally came out of her shell. I think she was dressed in like a maroon sweatsuit. I don't even recall what was happening. She was very passionate.
History tells me my peoples don't be telling me no lies, okay?
And I just ran with it. But at that point, I think that's when she finally was like, she had like a woo-saw moment. Aha. It clicked different. You know what I mean? The other one would have to be Cynthia Bailey.
What's up, everybody? I am your girl Kandi, and I got Cynthia here at the Bailey Wine Cellar.
You know, she's just a great interview every single time. Because if you notice, when she's fed up, she's fed up. Then I would have to say Garcelle. Garcelle was a different situation. She was the first African-American or black female that was on Beverly Hills. We had to go viral with that one because the whole quarantine. That was one that I wish I could have done in person, and Lena was also one that I wish we could have done in person.
What's up, Lena?
What up, Kandi?
I appreciate that you allowed me to turn the tables on you.
The good thing about Garcelle was she gave a lot of knowledge, history, and then mixed with a little spice. So like those type of interviews, I could really like stick my toe in it and just edit it down. So it viral, like virtual, however you call it. I am just not a fan of it, period. I don't want to see it on television. I don't want to see it online. Like, I don't want to see it. If we can be together, let's be together. I hate a viral. I hate a virtual. There's nothing that's ever gonna be right. It's always gonna be glitched or fit. Like, you can get as much light as you want to. I still do not want to look at it. Then there was the Eva interview.
Do you feel like you have to be more guarded around other castmates like than now?
Absolutely.
It was her interview out. She was basically explaining why she would not be coming back. That was during quarantine. We did do that in person because all of the ladies had been taking their tests and Eva had been going to work. Her husband had been traveling for work. We did that one in person. I really loved that interview. I loved everything about that interview. I loved that she sat Indian style the whole time, was just straight on with it. They have a great bond together. And on top of it, it just left me wanting to see more of Eva for another season. Like that one right there, I think that one was one of my top ones. Eva's second interview. Oh no, my top one would be Kenya's second interview. It was a whole hour, but the main thing that I loved about the Kenya interview was that you guys loved it. You guys in the comments were going crazy like, we want to see this Kenya. Who is this Kenya? Where did she come from? And that is the feeling, that is the exact feeling that I want you guys to experience when you do watch Speak On It. I want you guys to see these people and everybody and anybody, whether it's housewives or not, in a different way and enjoy the moment. And you guys, when I tell you, you loved every minute of it, you loved every minute of it. Kenya, she's fun. She has personality. She has timing. Like, I love that you guys loved it, and that's why I can say, shade or no shade that was happening in the interview, why I enjoyed it the most, and why that one is my top so far. Moving forward, you know, the season's going to end. You don't understand. I am so happy that the season is ending and moving forward. You know, if you guys want to, if there's anybody that you would like to see as a celebrity out there that might have something going on, interesting in the streets, you know, let us know about it. But yeah, with it being a recap channel, that's really not it. Speak On It is here for interviews. If Kandi's sitting by herself, she's going to update you on what she had going on, talk about the episode a little bit. If she has a guest, let it be Kenya from or Eva or whoever from the actual season. She's talking to them and catching up with them. Because sometimes it's been so many years, these people haven't been on Speak On It yet. And so there's so many things to unravel. And then you have an episode to even talk about. So it's not about the episode all the time. Let's back away from that. It's still about current life. And as we see with this season, it's not about the episode half the time because everything's happening in the streets. Everybody's doing interviews, wilding out and talking crazy. So the season might stretch a topic for 3 episodes and you're like, all you did was talk about this person. Well, that was what was on the episode, okay? So when your fan favorite isn't the one that was doing the weird shit on an episode, then maybe it won't get talked about. But if it's on an episode, I'm tired of the comments like, why was this about this? Because that was what was on the episode. Well, they didn't even talk about the episode because they talked about that and answered that on last week's episode. In the week before that. That is not on time. Oh, the other one. Do you pay the guests? No. Nobody gets paid to come. That's not a thing. Do you pay? Well, we'll get into that one later. So my whole viewpoint on the guest thing, my opinion, my viewpoint, I shared this with the team, but my viewpoint on it is Kenny's in a situation where she's an influencer, she's a reality star, and she's a YouTuber. So now, all of that being said, everybody else that's on YouTube that may come co-host or will do an interview with, I look at that as a collab because they're both influencers and YouTubers doing the same thing and they're collabing and they both benefit from the situation. So it's not like I'm paying you to come here so you can be Team Kandi. No, it's you need the people I got, I need the people you got. Let's collab, let's make this thing happen. And that's all that is. It's difficult because she is on the show, so you guys want to sit here and think that she's picking. No, like you can go to these people's channels, they say good things, they say bad things, they give their opinion on her when they feel like it. So that I'm just not seeing it. So I think the people that do leave comments are the ones that actually aren't going over and following what these people have to say on their own channel. Also, Kandi is the cast member, and a lot of new people seem to think, why does she get the right to talk about this show? Well, because she can. We came up with the idea and we've been running with it for 5.5 years. And just because you're new to this is not new. Everybody has a platform. Everybody has the right to do whatever they want to do. Kandi's just saying mostly her side or maybe what she has seen. But she can't speak for if she's talking about a scene in the kitchen with Sanya. Like, she wasn't there. People go around and do interviews when they want to and control their narrative or whatever people want to say it is. We just created a show. It's something fun for her to do. It's revenue. It's a show. People talk about it on real shows. Housewives, flashback all the time. Why is it so dark? What is happening? So yeah, it gets talked about all the time. This is a show at this point. It's also here only when it's in season for Housewives to talk about Housewives. Other than that, it is a sit down interview with your homie type of television show. People not understanding how this is really making sense. It's making sense because you can use your platform to do whatever you want. Sometimes people sit down on their platform and have speak on us in the corner in a chair and say what they want to say. People do interviews. People go live. Like, just because people don't want to have a team to orchestrate their thoughts in a different way, you can't take that out on us. It is dark in here. I'm gonna have to come closer, y'all. I need more of the natural light. The sun is just messing with me. Anyways, it's getting darker and I just should have used my light. Why hasn't certain people from Housewives been on Speak On It? Well, I can say for every season, the invite is extended to people to come. I have my personal opinion on why I think people don't come. There's a few reasons, maybe they know in the future what they will be seen acting like on the show, but we're like, come before then, because there's times where she might get into it with somebody, but before it comes out there and you guys start feeling some type of way again, just come on the show, do an interview. So yeah, that's that on that. But my personal opinion, and I've said it before on Speak On It, people don't come because it's her platform. They want to hate. And what I hate so much about it is we really have built this thing up. Like, it's a great audience, people that love everybody on the show and people from all walks of life. It's an organic audience and they're here to absorb whatever you have to say. And for somebody to miss out on that is very unfortunate because I feel she's the Oprah of reality TV. We're in this life, people do what they want to do. If it's working for them, how they're doing it, great. Speak On It would make it even greater, I feel, but at the end of the day, maybe not. Like, when people say no, and it's not the end all be all, like, they don't have to come, but it is something, like I said, it's an organic group of people that are over here. You guys love and are down for all things that happen on Speak On It, so that's where it's like, whoever says no and the ones that have said no, it is what it is. I hope everything works out for y'all. Like, this is not the end of the road for you, but it could have been the beginning. But yeah, I think that is it with dealing with these online questions, attacks, and emails and DMs and that you guys seem to have for me. But other than that, yeah, it's a safe space. People can just say what they want to say. They can even say what they want to say in the timeline. Positive, negative. I was here to just give you little tidbits about it. I hope you like the flashback of the story that I put together years ago. And we have more to come, so watch out. Let's talk.